4, 3, 2.
Welcome to the MCTV bi-weekly Marist update. I'm Alyssa Barricelli.
And I'm Peter Malavenda. We have a lot to cover tonight, so let's jump into tonight's top story. You may have seen her in the movies Adaptation or Moonrise Kingdom, but neither of those films featured her in quite the same light as her new gig. Tilda Swinton was found sleeping in a box at MOMA, the Museum of Modern Art. You may have pictured her in a cardboard box appearing to be a homeless person, but no, Swinton has recently become the star of a new exhibit at MoMA called The Maybe. This piece is an elevated, closed-glass box furnished with a cushion and a water bottle. Implied in the name, the box will not always feature her inside. While it remains vacant most of the time, there will be 6 more periods throughout the course of the year that Swinton will take a nap inside the glass case. And you probably guessed it, those 6 times will be unannounced. This is not the only time the Oscar-winning actress has taken a snooze in an unlikely place. She has partaken in modern art pieces such as in London and Rome. I think if I was walking past the Museum of Modern Art and I saw Tilda Swinton in a box, I'd stop.
I hope I can catch her someday this year.
It's exciting.
All right, now with more celebrity news, here's Brittany Jelinski.
Thanks, Alyssa. Let's take a look at what kind of ridiculous trouble our favorite Hollywood stars are finding themselves in. For those of you die-hard Liam Hemsworth fans, I'm sorry to say that he and fiancée Miley Cyrus are not over. Speculation began after the couple was seen photographed separately while Miley was not wearing her engagement ring. However, the young couple explains that they are in a more long-distance relationship due to the fact that Liam is shooting a movie in Australia. When it comes to the missing engagement ring, Miley says that she was just getting it repaired after one of the diamonds fell off. So I'm sorry, ladies, but Hemsworth is still off the market. And another one of my favorite couples, Prince William and Kate Middleton, are still taking the world by storm. The mom-to-be was spotted this weekend with Beaver Cub Scouts in Northwest England doing some community service work with the kids. She also attended the 150th anniversary celebration of the London Underground and Child Bereavement UK headquarters. As all good things must come to an end, the punk band My Chemical Romance announced on Saturday, quote, "It is time for an end." The band did not release a particular reason as to why they were splitting up, besides the notion that the chemistry was just over. They thanked their fans, saying that their experience has been, quote, "a true blessing." And they were all in all grateful for their fame and success that they have achieved over the past few years. The most talked about movie in Hollywood right now is the edgy film Spring Breakers, which takes a new look at some of Disney's most wholesome starlets. The film stars James Franco, Vanessa Hudgens, Selena Gomez, Ashley Benson, and Rachel Corrin. The story follows 4 young girls who get caught trying to rob a restaurant to fund their spring break vacation, but they're bailed out by a weird, sketchy, and very cornrows James Franco, who wants them to partake in his life of crime. I still can't tell if this is going to be one of the best movies of the summer or one of the worst movies ever made, but I guess we'll all have to find out when the movie hits theaters. Even though I am a huge James Franco fan and an even bigger Wizard of Oz fan, I'm sad to say that The Great and Powerful Oz did not receive great reviews that I was hoping for. The number 3 hit in the box office last weekend is being called, quote, "a peculiarly joyless occasion." However, the number 2 spot has been taken by Olympus Has Fallen, starring the only man that I trust with the fate of our nation, Gerard Butler. This action film follows Butler as he must save the White House and the president from a terrorist mastermind. And the number 1 spot has been taken by the new animated hit, The Croods, which is proven to be a charming and funny tale of a cave family who must venture off to find a new home when theirs is destroyed. This family fun movie features the voices of stars like Nicolas Cage, Emma Stone, and Ryan Reynolds. Some other movies I suggest you go out and see are Stoker, Admission, End of Love, and Stephenie Meyer's new series, The Host, which opens this Friday, March 29th. That's all I have time for this week. I'm Brittany Jelinski, keeping you in the know.
Marist has its own up-and-coming star on campus. Here with us today for a live interview is freshman David Reunert. You've all heard of Groupon. Well, David and his team have taken this idea and run with it in an interesting direction. Here to tell us more, welcome, David.
Thank you.
So what is the name of your company and what exactly do you do?
The name of the company is Groupon, and we do weekly deals for college students.
That's great. And how does it work?
Excuse me, using the website and using our mobile application ecosystems, we deliver savings from the local area and online to particularly right now students in the Hudson Valley.
So is this for college students only?
Currently, yes. We hope to also be doing high school students eventually as well.
And was there a large investment in this project?
Up to this current point, no, but we're in touch with a lot of venture capital people and angel investors looking for Series A funding in May, and then a second series in later this year, fourth quarter.
Okay, so take us through the process. How does it work?
Basically what happens is students go online, and it takes about 60 seconds to sign up. It's completely free. And they can sign up via the app as well. You can download the app eventually. Beginning of April, you'll be able to download the app from the iOS store and the Android app stores on your phones. And if you have neither of those, you can still use a laptop or a computer to do it. And we send out an email once a week to students to let them know about what new deals there are in the area. And we also update students via Facebook as well.
That's great. Well, you were telling me before about a T-shirt program you're going to launch to deal with your upcoming program. How does that work?
Yeah, so along with the launch, being a Marist student, one of the things I wanted to do was kind of give back to a community which is going to hopefully help us become the company we want to be. So we're giving out these T-shirts to students, and the idea being is that if you take a picture with one of our T-shirts or one of our tank tops, or you get one of your friends with one of our T-shirts or tank tops, that I will give you and up to 4 of your friends each a $100 Visa gift card. And that's only for Marist students.
Great. Well, thank you so much for being with us today. With a skill set like that, it sounds like David will be having a rockin' resume. This brings us to our next story of the night. Before break, Marist hosted the Career and Internship Fair. Companies ranging from Target to Ernst & Young set up booths in the fitness center here on campus. With more of the story, we go to Allie Reed.
Businesses around the Hudson Valley area have come to Marist today to provide information to students and allow them to inquire about possible job opportunities. On March 7th, Career Services held its biannual Career and Internship Fair. Students gathered in the McCann Arena to hand over resumes for the chance to make connections with businesses present. Although there was a wide range of companies represented, they were all looking for roughly the same thing from students. Some of them were even recent graduates coming back to Marist to help out the younger Red Foxes.
When I went to the career fair, it was just kind of like, let's see what's out there. And, you know, a lot of the times, like I said, it's always the same companies. You just kind of go around, and I feel like your resume kind of gets lost in between everybody else's. So what I would like students to take away from us is that, you know, we actually talk to them a little bit and ask their opinion about, you know, what they're looking for in a job.
The most important thing is just a willingness to learn. Someone that is eager about the opportunities that your company has goes a lot farther than someone that is just sort of disinterested in general. So the willingness to learn is just as important, if not more important, than what the student already knows.
It's kind of funny to be on the other side and be like, I'm not the one passing out my resumes, this time I'm the one taking them.
We want students that are not shy. The ones that are nervous and, you know, can barely shake your hand and probably wouldn't be a good fit. So we're looking for students who are confident, you know, maybe have some experience that they're willing to talk about, and basically they have to just be ready to, you know, answer any questions that we might fire at them.
Every company had a specific type of future employee in mind, but the Marist student body had an idea of what they were looking for as well.
If the person looks like they don't want to talk to you, I'm obviously not going to go up and approach them. If they look like they're interested in seeing what students have to say, what students want, if they're interested in trying to give someone an internship just by the way if they're just welcoming, pretty much, that's what I'm looking for.
I feel like the best strategy is to be confident, to be other than confident, to be just, you know, to be you, basically. But dress nicely, you know, don't say anything that is silly or funny. Just be who you are at the same time in a well-fitted, you know, presence or area.
As they walked around to each booth, students were greeted by representatives, and some even got souvenirs such as pens and pamphlets. If they were really lucky, they received a business card too. Although the fair has passed, students can still get help from Career Services or wait for next semester.
I'm Allie Reed reporting for MCTV News. Back to you guys.
In case you haven't heard, the Goo Goo Dolls are coming to Marist. This spring concert this year will feature the 90s band as they serenade students on the riverfront. The last band to perform an outdoor spring concert was the Third Eye Blind when they were here in 2010. Our generation knows the Goo Goo Dolls best for their songs Iris and Slide. Tickets went on sale Wednesday, March 13th and will be available until the day of the concert or once college activities runs out. The price for Marist students is $15 and $25 for guests. Methods of payment include Marist money and cash.
Speaking of music, the Goo Goo Dolls aren't the only ones catching our eyes and ears this week. Here with our musical minute is Frank Talamo to tell us what records to swipe off the shelves.
Machine, their follow-up to 2011's Angles, was released this week on RCA. The New York City natives continue to move further and further away from their iconic sound of their 2001 debut, expanding on the departure that their last record represented. Come Down Machine's low-key opener Tap Out is highly reminiscent of Machu Picchu, which served as the opener for Angles. Several tracks on the album seem like they could be from a Julian Casablancas solo album, like One Way Trigger and Welcome to Japan. However, on most tunes, the new record lacks the inventiveness and intrigue that Angles possessed in such a significant way. Many of the songs come on and pass by without any sort of distinctiveness about them. There are a few true standouts on Come Down Machine, despite the monotony. One of these is the first single, All the Time, which is as close to the classic Strokes sound as any of these songs get, sounding like a Reptilia for the new decade. Another is Partners in Crime, which seems like a pretty obvious choice for the second single. Two other standouts are a bit softer, 80s Come Down Machine and Call It Fate, Call It Karma. Both feature a crooning Casablancas with a falsetto, almost completely new to this record. The latter is the most interesting song on the record by a long shot. It closes the album with a distinct, crackly, piano-laden piece with a distinct noir feel. Though it's neither Angles nor Is This It, Come Down Machine does contain some of their best features, as well as glimmers of new stylistic directions for the Strokes. In other music news, Cold War Kids will have their new album out on April 2nd, while Dawes have their new record out the next week on the 9th. The 16th has a goldmine of releases with LPs from Iron and Wine, The Flaming Lips, and Yeah Yeah Yeahs. Well, that's all I have for you this week. With your musical minute, I'm Frank Talamo. Back to you guys.
You think weight loss leads to true beauty and happiness? Well, this is not the case for now 180-pound Jen Larson. Larson, who once weighed an astonishing 308 pounds, always dreamed of being skinny. In order to achieve this, she turned to bariatric surgery to battle the weight problems that she has struggled with since childhood. Now that she has achieved a healthy weight, she describes herself to be, quote, miserable and preoccupied with her new body. Larson now says she is more obsessed with her weight than ever before. She still states, quote, I'm still looking in the mirror and still hating what I see. How is this even possible? In her new book titled Stranger Here, Larson is finally able to face her real issues of psychological struggles and depression about her body image. Her goal is to remain healthy with her current weight, as well as feel comfortable in her own skin rather than fixating on sizes and numbers. Larson states that she doesn't regret having the surgery, but hopes others will look beyond their body size for true happiness.
Well, if you're losing weight and want to show off your new body, Fashionology is the place to go. Here with more is Marissa Aiuto.
Every week, students are stopping by Fashionology and checking out the latest trends. Every Thursday, the fashion department runs a boutique in the Donnelly entranceway. Students can come between classes to purchase a variety of accessories, perfumes, and other garments such as scarves and shorts. Some of their merchandise is student-made, and others are from distributors in New York City. Fashionology also offers a selection for men, including cologne and ties. Students are happy to see a positive response from all of their buyers.
Our sales have increased a lot over the past few weeks. We've been getting a lot more business from faculty, from students. We've gotten our name out in Poughkeepsie, so a lot of locals come in also.
I feel a lot closer to the fashion department now. I feel like I know a lot more people, and I feel like I've gotten a lot more experience. I feel like this can really help me in looking for jobs and internships.
Fashionology is a one-credit course that offers fashion students the unique opportunity to buy, manage, and set up displays of their merchandise, much like actual vendors in the industry. The prices are geared toward a college budget, making this boutique a popular destination for Marist students. During the spring semester, Fashionology is open from 10 a.m. until 5 p.m. They take cash, credit, and Marist money, and student workers are available to assist with purchases. Fashionology allows students to gain valuable industry experience. I'm Marissa Aiuto reporting for MCTV News.
So have you stopped by Fashionology?
Only a couple of times, but I didn't really see anything. I'm kind of poor right now.
I heard that they have new men's items now, cologne, ties.
Yeah, I also saw some ties, yep.
That's good. I'll have to see what they have.
You should go for it.
Well, with everyone returning from spring break this week, it is sad to say that one family's vacation got cut a little short. What was supposed to be a relaxing getaway turned deadly this weekend as a family heading home from Destin, Florida was injured when an airport departure and arrival board collapsed, pinning the mother, her 2 brothers, and her son under the massive piece of equipment. The adults involved in the incident managed to escape with several broken bones, but the son was killed, crushed by the weight of the display. Authorities are still researching the cause of the accident, which occurred in a new part of Alabama's Birmingham Shuttlesworth International Airport. Larry Snyder, a passerby riding up the escalator at the time of the incident, described how, quote, the family was crushed, little kids crushed underneath the sign, and everybody was scattering to lift it up. The father, among other family members, posted several messages on Facebook and Twitter alerting friends about the accident. The mayor of Birmingham has promised the family answers as to why this terrible tragedy occurred.
While little is worse than that story, it seems another tragic death has captured national attention this week. 2 teenagers were arrested after being suspected of shooting and killing a 13-month-old baby in a stroller and wounding the baby's mother. Georgia's Brunswick Police Chief Toby Green said that 17-year-old DeMarcus Elkins is being charged of first-degree murder and is being tried as an adult. The 14-year-old, whose name is not being released, is also being charged with murder, but as a juvenile. The baby's mother, Sherry West, said she was walking near her home Thursday morning when her baby, Antonio, when 2 boys approached her and demanded money. When she refused, one of the boys replied, quote, "Do you want me to kill your baby?" The boy fired 4 shots. The first hit the ground, and the second was fired at Mrs. West's head and grazed her ear. They fired at the 3rd shot, hitting her in the left leg above her knee. The boy then proceeded to go around the stroller and shot the 13-month-old Antonio in the face. Elkins shoved West when she started screaming, and he ran down the street when the younger boy he was with. Several people in the neighborhood called 911 after they heard gunshots, but police spokesman Todd Rhodes said investigators believe the mother was the only witness. No weapon has been found, and investigators have been attending schools and attendance records for leads. The motive for this shooting is still unknown. It's pretty terrible.
It's such a tragedy, all these shootings recently, but hopefully these will raise awareness and people will pay more attention to what's happening.
Definitely.
Well, our last story of the night shows how everyone, even someone who used to be the most powerful man in the nation, can make a mistake. Former U.S. President Bill Clinton is taking an unlikely stance on the case that is being looked at by the Supreme Court. For those of you who haven't been following the stories, the Supreme Court is ruling on a case dealing with same-sex marriage. Recently, multiple highly valued Republicans switched sides and backed the passage of same-sex marriage. However, even more surprising than that was Clinton's position. In September 1996, Clinton signed a bill into federal law that defined marriage as a union between a man and a woman. Since then, he has come out to the public saying he supports gay marriage and has also supported his daughter, who came out of the closet not too long ago. Both he and his wife have announced to the public that they will be in full support of same-sex marriage through the case proceedings. As the case ramps up, it seems more and more politicians are voicing their opinion on the matter. I think that it's good that Bill Clinton is coming out and saying what he honestly thinks about this issue.
I'm also happy that more people are coming to their senses. Well, it looks like that's all we have for you this week. I'm Alyssa Barricelli.
And I'm Peter Malavenda. Until next time, stay foxy, Marist.